But I also work with Loma Linda University. If you are wanting to start a good career in research with reptiles and stuff, it's a great place to get started and beats getting a real job. So our undergrad programs are priced very competitively with junior colleges. The big difference is instead of taking 4 years to get a 2-year degree, you can get it done. And you get to work with this stuff since I have tons of it there. All right, this lovely creature is the dreaded water moccasin from the southeastern coastal plains. This is a guy you hear all the stories about where they chase you down while you're swimming and drag you to the bottom of the pond. What really happens though, when you approach them, they tighten up in a nice tight coil, tilt their head back, and open up their mouth, exposing the white material. And that means stay back. Cottonmouths are what we call pit vipers, which means they have a heat-sensing pit between the eye and the nostril. So in the blackest of nights in the swamps and bogs where they like to live, they get a perfect 3D infrared image of everything going on around them. Another thing that that pit can do is detect the difference between a net negative and net positive charge. And that's important because a warm, scaly critter, or amphibian, has a net negative charge. A warm-blooded prey, like a mouse or a human, has a net positive charge. So they can not only see the shape, they know exactly what they're biting into. Because he's a pit viper, he also has really long fangs that fold up against the roof of the mouth. And so when they bite, they inject the venom really deep. They have very large venom proteins, so they have a special additive that helps break up your tissues so the rest of that venom can get in there and get its job done. If you were to be bitten by this guy, within about an hour, your hand would be swollen and start turning black and blue. Within a couple hours, your whole hand's 3 times its normal size and your arms swollen too. Now, if you were to get one of those snake bite kits that they sell at Bass Pro or Cabela's or something, and you cut little holes and you try to suck venom out and just hope they have a special additive, you're not going to get any venom. You see, if you've read about, most of it developed in the 1800s and stuff, makes things worse. Snake bite kits don't help, ice does not help, tourniquets does not help, whiskey certainly doesn't help. The only thing that works is anti-venom. If you get bit by a venomous snake, the only thing you should ever do.
No.
It's expensive though. It's a whole college tuition. I thought you said it was expensive. I did.
Okay, this beautiful little creature is what we call a gaboon viper. Comes from tropical Africa. These guys are not pit vipers. They don't have heat-sensing pits. They're part of what we call true vipers. So they do have really long fangs that fold up against the roof of the mouth. When this guy's 5 feet long, those fangs will be about 2 inches long. So they're the longest fangs of any venomous snake. So you can imagine the damage this snake can do because the venom acts a whole lot like that cottonmouth. Now these guys are big, heavy terrestrial vipers, so they're what we call ambush predators. They'll sit along the path, wait for something to run by, reach out and give it a nice kiss. The advantage to being venomous is threefold. First, of course, when he bites, he releases the animal, so the animal runs off, and it's not biting, scratching, or kicking the snake. Secondly, of course, it kills the prey, and very importantly, when the snake bites the animal, it changes the animal's chemical signature. So the snake uses that very sensitive tongue to track that specific animal down. So even if another animal runs across the path, they're not deterred or fooled, they go right to the animal that they bit. So that's a big advantage. Now, with most venomous snakes, if you approach them in the wild, they're going to freeze, hoping you'll not notice them, walk by and leave them alone. Anywhere in the world you are, if you see a venomous snake and you don't want to play, you take 2 steps back and walk around and you're going to be fine. Most people bitten by venomous snakes every year are trying to do one of 2 things. They're either trying to catch it or kill it. If you don't want to get bit, just leave it alone and you'll be just fine. Now this is a beautiful snake. Can everyone see it? fairly well. That's a pretty snake up. They'd like to have something like this. Just a couple, really. Not cooperating. Okay, this is Rupert the friendly cobra. Cobras aren't vipers or pit vipers, they're what we call lappets. They don't have those really long fangs that fold up against the roof of the mouth. They have very short, fixed fangs. But they make up for it by having very small venom peptides that zip through your body really fast. So if you were bitten by Rupert, within an hour your breathing would be really distressed. Within a couple hours, you might not be breathing at all. A lot of you, of course, have seen the snake charmers. The cobras are deaf to airborne sounds also, like all other snakes. What the snake charmers know is that the cobra's going to strike down and forward about as far as it's hooded up. And so they stay just out of range, and the cobra follows the motion, not the sound. Rupert is a black Pakistani cobra. I've been using these for about 25, 30 years in shows because they usually hood real well. Who wants to reach out and touch someone? Get up, stay. Anyway, I've been using these for a long time, because we get the Thai Red Cross anti-venom. I figure, if I get bit, I'll be all right. So last year, a delegation from Pakistan comes over, and they're looking at our collection, and they said, we're trying to develop an anti-venom for these because nothing works. I go, what? After 25 years, you're going to tell me this? Not cool. Looks more like a worm today. Okay, this little guy doesn't look like a whole lot to you. Maybe like a king snake or something on one of the tables. But actually, one little kiss from this can kill up to 100 people. This is an inland taipan. It is the world's most toxic snake. They live in the outback of Australia. Their venom does a whole lot of really cool things to you all at once. It has a very powerful vasodilator, so your blood pressure drops to help you pass out. Another part of the venom makes your aorta and all your arteries very, very leaky. In the meantime, another part of the venom uses up all the coagulants in your bloodstream, so you bleed from everywhere. And just in case you might survive drowning in your own blood, it has the most powerful presynaptic neurotoxin of any snake on the planet. And if that wasn't enough, it also has an extremely potent postsynaptic neurotoxin. So it's like being beat up by the whole baseball team all at once. You might wonder to yourself, why does a snake need a cocktail that potent? It is 8 times more toxic than number 2, the Belcher sea snake. Well, the reason's simple. In the outback of Australia where it lives, they feed on clay grass, which would decapitate most other snakes. And they also eat bandicoots, which feed on snakes. So Mother Nature gave her a really good knockout punch. Now, with all that being said, David Williams, a friend of mine in Australia that works with developing anti-venom, tells me that if you're bitten by this snake and you get anti-venom within 4 hours, you're probably going to be just fine. In fact, only 5 people have ever been bitten by it. All 5 were handling them. Oops. And all 5 survived with anti-venom treatment. So again, to emphasize how important it is not to do anything stupid, I want to tell you a true story. Before I moved out from the East Coast, there was a guy in Kentucky who gets bitten on the big toe by a timber rattlesnake. He freaks out, runs in the house, gets a shotgun, shoots his toe off, and bleeds to death on the way to the hospital. Now that is a very legitimately earned Darwin Award. Okay? You want to stay in the gene pool 911. The only way you can die almost instantly from snake bite is if you're allergic to it. In order for that to happen, you have to have prior exposure. You've either been bitten by one before, or you work with them and develop an allergy. Other than that, you're going to be just fine. Get to the hospital, 911. Now, as valuable as these are in nature for eating clay grass, let's face it, the best use of an inland taipan is a stocking stuffer for that someone very special. Number one, they get to a very large size, so they have a lot of venom. They are a pit viper. Heat-sensing pits, the really long fangs. They have a very wide range in the United States, all the way from east central Texas up into Arkansas, west into Coachella Valley here in California. They're a very nervous snake, they're very apt to bite. Most snake bites every year come from this species. Now how many of you have heard that it's better to be bitten by an adult snake than a baby? How many have heard that? Okay, well, the idea behind it is they say that baby snakes can't control their venom, so they'll give it all to you. Even if that were true, and it's not, would you really pick, if you had to pick, you want to be bitten by something with a head the size of a dime or a grapefruit? Think about that a minute. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But from birth, all venomous snakes can control their venom flow, and they control each side separately. And they have to do this. This is how they get their food. So if a baby snake bites a lizard, and the lizard runs off, and a crow eats a lizard, you can't sit around a week or so waiting for more venom. So whether it's a feeding strike or a defensive strike, they give as little as they possibly can to get the job done. It's that simple. Now, a lot of you have probably heard that you can tell the age of a rattlesnake by the number of segments. Not true either. Babies may shed 3-4 times a year, adding a new segment each time. After 6 or 8, they start breaking off. As adults, they'll only shed once a year, or up in northern latitudes, once every 2 years, not replacing them as fast as they break off. There's no fairy dust in there, there's no beads, there's no poison, it's just loosely interlocked segments, vibrate at a very high rate, one of the fastest vertebrate movements on the planet. They can do it for up to 3 hours without fatigue. What I want to do is demonstrate the speed of the strike for you, and I want you to keep in mind what's going on. They got to open their mouth, rotate the fangs 90 degrees forward. They're going to bite, control the venom flow each side separately, and pull back ready for another, and it's in a blink. Some species have been clocked at up to 60 feet per second. It's really fast. Always wait till I'm not ready or something. He's wanting me to get close, and I know better. Because they never feel the heat. He's popped a lot of this. He's like, yeah, come on. So with all the wonderful things you've heard about venomous snakes, you probably wonder, well, why do we need these on this planet? Well, what you don't realize is how many millions and millions of lives are saved each year worldwide by medicines that are derived from snake venom. In 1981, they came out with Captopril, used by millions of people worldwide every year since. It's for congestive heart failure, for kidney failure, diabetics, and hypotension. Millions of people take that every year since 1981. Now, I told you that pit vipers have very large venom molecules. You can't synthesize those in a lab like that, so what they had to do is figure out which part of that molecule is doing exactly what in the body. When they figured that out, it revolutionized the way all pharmaceuticals are made to this very day, and indirectly saving millions of more lives, because now all medicines are made to be very specific and targeted, cutting side effects in half. If you know somebody that gets blood clots in their legs, very painful, they call it deep thrombosis, probably take an integralin from the pygmy rattlesnake in Florida. If you know somebody has multiple sclerosis, they might soon get a medicine from that cobra that I showed you. Worldwide, breast cancer is a huge problem. Well, it turns out that part of the venom in the copperhead from the eastern United States prevents cancer cells from adhering to the body's matrix. When they figure out how that works, you think that might have some value? Yeah. So anytime we kill off stuff like this, we're really only hurting ourselves. People do get bit, people do die from it. But I will tell you, we slaughter them by the millions. The odds are in our favor, billions to 1. So thank you all, Victorville. You have a great afternoon.
Wow.